Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing great. You guys have been asking for this particular video for a very long time. So here you have it, guys. Dior Sauvage Elixir Reformulation Talk Part 3. I did the first reformulation talk video of Sauvage Elixir back in 2023 when people started talking about if it was reformulated, and a lot of people in the fragrance community said it was getting weaker and stuff like that, but it wasn't even reformulated. I did the part 2 or the second part of this Sauvage Elixir reformulation talk video, last year in 2024 when Dior Sauvage Elixir was reformulated for the first time. And to be very precise, guys, the first reformulation of Dior Sauvage Elixir happened last year, as I told, 2024. March, just to be very precise. And already, a couple of months after I did the second part of these reformulation talk videos, people start writing me again and ask me when I will do a third part because they think their newer batches are getting weaker again. And that's why I'm doing this particular video, guys. And this time I will compare my first 2021 batch to a newer 2025 batch, which I got in this particular travel sample right here, guys. I do actually have a full bottle, as you can see right here. But guys, I also do have about actually 5 bottles of Dior Sauvage Elixir where 3 of these bottles are opened. And that's why I'm using this, travel sampler before I open a new bottle again, guys. As I said and told, I will compare my first 2021 batch to a new 2025 batch to see if there are these differences people again are talking about in terms of the scent, longevity, performance, all in all, And guys, I've done a lot of research before I was filming this particular video, just to know that I can give you guys the facts and not only my own experiences, but both, The first very important thing I will tell you guys here is about ingredients. Because I found out that a company actually can keep the same ingredient list on the bottle or under the, the website page, under the particular product for maybe years after, they've changed the particular ingredient list actually. They can have replaced the ingredient and stuff like that, but still keep the same list. I found out of that. So who knows, guys? Maybe it is the same ingredient list for sure. Since it got released back in 2021, maybe they have changed a little bit. It's not illegal to change it. And at the same time, keep the same list on the bottle and on the website under the particular product. Just the information so you know it about the ingredients, guys, because I think that is a very important information. I did say ingredient list on the bottle, guys. I, of course, do mean on the particular box, there are no ingredients on the bottle. Anyways, you get the picture, guys. But anyway, they kind of changed it a little bit. Maybe not. There are no specific data about that particular subject because they can do what I just told before in this particular video, guys. And you guys can, of course, search for it yourself. So you don't only have my opinion, Then you got more opinions, but that is actually the way it is, guys. And you will find out if you search for it yourself as well. Anyway, guys, So when we get to that part later on, when I'm talking about the particular scent or if there are any changes in the particular scent or smell itself, it is my own experiences, because it is how it is, you know? And another extremely important thing in my eyes is I've written with Dior and I've searched all the places that you actually can about this particular subject. But I've written with Dior, and it is like this, guys. There are still only 2 official formula codes of Dior Sauvage Elixir to this date. Now you know it, guys, because there have been a lot talk about, people have seen another formula someplace, I don't know why. But as you can see, guys, there are only 2 official formula codes of Dior Sauvage Elixir so far now in 2025. But back to the main comparison and the bottles we are talking about in this particular video. Then, as I told, I will compare my first 2021 batch. Now it's obvious that Dior Sauvage Elixir is from 2021. I've talked a lot about that in the previously videos, guys, but I think people that are watching this video. I will compare this first 2021 batch to this new or newer 2025 batch to see if there are any remarkable differences in these 2 batches compared to each other. Now that we know that there only are 2 formulas. Still, I do know my 21 batch very, very well by now. And now I will be wearing this new 2025 batch for about a week, guys. I really want to know this batch very, very well because I've doing so much work on this particular video. So I want to know it very well so I can tell you guys in the best way about the differences and stuff like that. If there are any differences or remarkable differences, small differences, big differences, doesn't matter, if there are any differences. Of course, we know that the 21 batch have matured for some time, that's obviously, but that can make some small differences actually in the scent profile and maybe performance in itself. But you know how it is, guys. It's a comparison video and I will compare these 2 batches. So that's how it is. But as I told, I will be testing this new 2025 batch for about a week because I've used so much time on this video. I want to know it very well, as I told. You know the drill by now, guys. I will come back in about a week to tell you guys about the differences in these 2 batches compared to each other. And I will, guys, put both of these 2 batch numbers in the end of the video like I used to do. Then you have them and then you know which batches I'm talking about in this video, But see you in about a week, guys. See ya. Hi, my beautiful people, and welcome back to the second part of the Dior Sauvage Elixir Reformulation Talk Part 3 video. Whoa, that was a long title to say. I have to say before I go any further that I will link the first part and second part of these videos in the description to this video. Then you have them, guys. Then they're easy to find. Maybe you haven't seen them yet. Just so you can watch him, guys. What you probably have picked up on now is that I don't talk that much about the particular notes in my so-called comparison videos because people watching this particular video, I think the notes and the particular scent in details when we are talking Dior Sauvage Elixir. But just so you know it, guys, I always say that when I do these comparison videos, it is all about the comparison, changes in the scent, performance, and so on. In my first Sauvage Elixir comparison video, I compared my first batch to a newer 2023 batch. In the second one, I compared my first 2021 batch to a new 2024 batch. And last week, I've been testing and wearing a new 2025 batch so I could compare it to my old first 2021 batch. Were there any differences in these two batches compared to each other? Yes, there were some differences, guys. Let's start with the particular scent or smell itself. In the new 2025 batch, it's like it's more fresh spicy instead of warm spicy. And then it's like in the new 2025 batch, it's like it's a little bit toned down on the oak moss and cardamom. That's how I feel, because it is actually more fresh spicy than warm spicy. So what is the particular reason for that? You know what, guys? It can be because the old 2021 batch has matured for some time. It has matured for about 4 years, But it can also be, like I told earlier on in the first part in this video, they might have changed some small differences when we are talking about the ingredients, because they can do that without changing the list, on the website and on the box, when we are talking the bottle and stuff like that. They can't do that, like I told, guys. So it might be because the old batch have matured for some time, or maybe they have changed it just a little bit. Performance. It's actually in the so-called projection phase that I senses the biggest differences in the new batch of Dior Sauvage Elixir from 2025. Because before, with the first 2021 batch, then it has a great projection for the first 5 to sometimes 6 hours. But with the new 2025 batch, we are talking for about 2 to 3 hours with a great projection. Longevity. In the 2021 batch, it actually stays on your skin until you wash it off. Like I always told in the previous videos, With the new 2025 batch, then it had a great longevity for about 11 to 12 hours. So it still stays on your skin, for a very, very long time. And you can say it's almost until you wash it off, like with the old batch. But there are these differences when we are talking about the particular performance. So if I should put it like I used to do, guys, then it is like this. 2021 batch, it has a great sillage. We are talking a great projection for, around 5 to 6 hours. Longevity all in all until you wash it off. 2025 batch, the new batch, great sillage. We are talking a great projection for around 2 to 3 hours before it settles closer to the skin. Longevity all in all between 11 to 12 hours. So it is like that now, guys. But what I talked about earlier on, when we are talking this performance issue, so to speak, then it is minor differences in my eyes, at least when we are talking about the performance phase. That's how it is on my skin, guys. But after what I've written and what I saw people were talking about when we were talking newer batches of Dior Sauvage Elixir, I was actually pretty concerned. I thought to myself, it must have been watered down very, very much. But that's not the case at all, guys. At least not in my eyes, and at least not on my skin. Conclusion. Dior Sauvage Elixir have changed a little bit only, in my opinion, actually. Because we are talking changes, a little bit in the opening, where the new batch is more fresh spicy instead of warm spicy. And then again in the projection phase, where the old batch project a bit more, And then again in the very late dry down where the old batch from 2021 stays until you wash it off. And the new 2025 batch stays on your skin, or at least my skin, for around 11 to 12 hours. So that's how it is on my skin, guys. And that's my conclusion. Dior Sauvage Elixir is not ruined. It's still a very, very great fragrance, but with some differences. Probably because Dior had to make these differences, because of certain rules and stuff like that. We have talked about on that subject before a lot of times in earlier videos, but they have still kept the great long-lasting power of Dior Sauvage Elixir. Let me put it in this way. If the old 2021 batch is beast mode, a beast mode performer, then the new 2025 batch is a very great projecting and long-lasting fragrance. Let me put it like this. Still beast mode, but the old batch is extremely beast mode, almost beast mode over beast mode, so to speak. My advice will be for you guys, if you buy a new 2025 batch of Dior Sauvage Elixir, then let it mature for some time. Because I think how it is with a lot of fragrances these days is just need a couple of months on the shelf before it reach its highest potential. So that's my advice. If there will be a time where Dior Sauvage Elixir loses its beautiful, well-known DNA, then it's ruined. But that's not now, guys, in 2025. Guys, there are minor differences, as I told, but that's it. As I told, it's still a great fragrance with some minor differences, and that's it, guys. Now I have to tell you guys, I won't be doing a part 4 of these Dior Sauvage Elixir reformulation talk videos in the near future. I will not be doing a next part until this fragrance is changed drastically, so to speak. But I promised you this particular video, guys, so here it is for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful summertime with your family, friends, and loved ones. And until I see you again, guys, enjoy life even more. See ya.